Hello, everybody. This is Princess-Odilia. Thank you for coming to my page. I just wanted to step on here real quick. And first, to just let everyone know who has been affected by the California fires and all of the natural disasters that have been going on as of recent. I just want you to know that I am envisioning peace that passeth all understanding as we go through this transcending cycle for humankind. For those of you who do not know what that means, I just want to say a couple of things. There is a difference with someone losing their things and being prepared for losing their things versus someone who is abruptly taken away from all of their things, where everything is destroyed, all the memories, and not even just with their home alone, but their community in and of itself. That's a major arcana. It's a major situation. It's also something that, yes, we need to pay attention to. Yes, there's a message in it. But before everybody go to blaming this on the wealthy and using this as an opportunity to have people flooding the churches and things of that nature, I want you to pause for a moment. And the reason I want you to pause is because there's something greater that is bringing us to this position right now. And those who have sacrificed their lives, if you would, their souls have come to the forefront and has put them in this position right now to be on the front line for something that is major for all of us. This storm is not just about California. This storm is about our world. This storm is about what we've created. This storm is about the change and the opportunity that we have and responsibility that we have to create something new. This is about all of us stepping up, growing up in our lives spiritually, not religiously, but understanding that there is something greater. There is something greater that the divine is looking to receive from us. Everyone, we've all say, okay, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do that. I'll do whatever I have to do. And we get into our cocoons and it becomes very all about us. It could be a room full of people standing in a room where everybody has money. And then there's somebody who's in need. And rather than for us to address the need, we may beckon for them to leave the room because they are not worthy to be there. And I know. I live in the community of the wealthy. I've seen it. And I've never seen it so much till I have seen it now. Now, mind you, they are my associates and friends and things of that nature. And I am telling you, I walked away from my things rather than to wait for the opportunity to put things in storage like I thought I was going to. The right thing to do, right? The divine is really, when the divine told me at the top of my winding stairs to leave it all behind and go now, I went to grab my favorite sweater and divine said, go now and don't look back. And I made the choice to go away. Still in the community where my beautiful home was. People still treated me like royalty, but not knowing that I was homeless. Yet I've seen others who were homeless. One specifically was escorted out of a hotel that I frequent in the lobby. They called me the Hat Lady. I sit over as I was writing my books and putting together the happiness collection that was alchemized from my circumstance as I was set apart in hermit mode for 8.5 months, just the Creator and I. A lot was given to me in terms of knowledge for humankind. The awareness of our next steps and what is required of us, because it's the divine's perfect will. It's the divine's vision of humankind and has always been from the beginning. It's not until recently that there are enough of us that are woke so that we can actually move forward with the blueprint that the divine also gave me for our heaven on earth. It's not how we've thought. And understand this, everybody who has lost their things, who has sacrificed their things. I don't want to hurt anybody by saying that they're things. But the divine, I'll share with you what the divine said to me at the top of my winding stairs was this. If you knew where you were going, and since you know so much, why do you even care? And also understand this, everything and everybody who was in the process and a part of this, because even me, with a history in real estate investing and all of that, I understand. Now, you don't want to leave your real estate unattended and leave a mess for somebody else. That's not the intention. God knows your heart, and if God tells you to go, then you gotta go. But I want there to be some respect in this situation here in California, because this was not that. All of you have been, it's sort of like when they say that we were taking all your kids and we putting them on front line in war, and everybody has to go. All of your firstborn sons got to go. And you didn't want that, but that's what ended up having to happen. You know, it's like that type of situation. Even then, they kind of get a chance to plan, but it wasn't their will nor desire. So mad respect for every last one of you, because you have been chosen for a time as this. And it's not your fault. It's an opportunity. It's love for you. Everything that you've lost, you're going to gain back. And you're also going to gain something that is so much greater, and that is compassion. That is the greater truth that's within. Because, see, the divine wants us to understand that it's not about the things. Our souls have been lost, and we're not talking about religion. Our souls have been lost for generations because we've completely ignored the idea of the soul, when the soul is why we're here. The soul only aligned with you because you fit the part. There was something that the soul had to solve in its journey that only you could do in this lifetime. So the soul connected with you. The soul aligned with you for a specific reason. But because we have become so 3D, so external, we do our careers, we live our lives, it becomes about us and our friends and our boat rides and our things. And I know, been there. And we forget to look around. We forget to understand that it's not about us. Exactly about us. Heaven is not for everybody in this lifetime. For some of us, listen, some people, the soul came to fulfill some situation because something that has been created in your bloodline a long time ago. And it's going to come through. It's a nick off. It's got a checklist it's got to fulfill, because we've as the human race, we have raked up so much karma because we have not known who we are. We have not known how powerful we are. We have not known to the level of extent that we create beyond even human flesh. We've come to this point now that we want to understand how quickly we can attain the things, how quickly we can get it. We can chop, 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 get it, however we get it. People want to get conscious so that they can understand how to create abundance. They want to, hell, the only reason that most people even aligned and went along with the God in the way that they said that God was, which was no different than a good slave master. Not even. It was because we didn't want to go to hell. And then for others, it's because, hey, look, if that's the way I can get to heaven, then that's what I'm doing. But it is so much deeper than that. And we can have fun doing it. Being involved in the mystical aspects of life that we've never paid attention to. I'm telling you, I've never in my life seen if I wouldn't have been taken to the streets after that wonderful romantic excursion that I had with the divine, giving me secrets and helping me to heal my broken heart from betrayal and gaslighting. I mean, hell, that's it. Gaslighters are running thick in the spirit realm and in the flesh. The divine wants to give us an opportunity to make our own choice. Because what just happened with those who are in California was sudden, not expected, unimaginable. They've been called to the forefront, and I'm sure some of you already know that you have been called. There is something that has been pulling on you on an intuitive level. You didn't have a choice in the matter. It doesn't seem like you had a choice in the matter. But the divine is giving all of us, humankind, an opportunity to understand that it's beyond the things. Back in the recession, when I lost everything the first time, 2008, I'm from Michigan. And the Spirit said to me, you will fall and rise before men. It's not about you. And your children must experience it too. I had no idea I'd go through the journey that I've been through, but hell, it's been a hell of a journey. And it's been amazing. Despite attacks on my life and all kinds of stuff. There is a much deeper level of focus, an intentional focus that the divine wants us to have about life. Whose soul are you carrying? That part. Who are you? Some of you may say, look, I don't care who I am, just so long as I can get this or get that. What you're going to find is those things are not going to feel so good like they used to before. Because as the divine has enlightened me of, some will listen and some will not. Some will not accept God's freedom. And I've got to read this. I guess I got to read this because that's what divine is saying. But some people will not accept the freedom. They're not going to accept it. And some will do it for the sake of their own peace. Because the divine has a vision for humankind. You think it's not going to be fulfilled? A long time ago, as I pull this up, a gaslighter, someone who wanted to control, someone who wanted to turn things around and do it their way, sold us a story that was so far from the truth of who God truly is. God is love. And it's something when you know that you're going about even some, like when God told me to leave and don't look back. And even when I went to grab my favorite sweater and Divine said, leave it. I said, go. With what God had already had me pack everything up, pack up my suitcases. I thought I was going on a cruise or something. I'm like, well, shoot, after 8.5 months with God, I'm sure I'm getting ready to go on vacation. Took me vacation, all right. Took me out to the streets. So let me show you something, girl. For real, okay? And it's been beautiful. You guys will see. Whomever will hear. And who is not able to hear, you will witness the shift before your eyes. The enlightenment of change will progress in such great magnitude that it will inspire those who choose to not go with the initial flow of change to make a different choice for their own sake of peace and chance to live a magnificent life. The life your soul was called to live in this lifetime or sometime in the near future. Amen and amen. So, okay, said read this all. Okay, step in, and this is excerpts from one of the books with the Hermit, 21st Century 2024 Hermit Happiness Collection. Convos with God, make it make sense, please. Step into a realm where the divine breaks silence and God speaks directly to humanity through a chosen conduit. Unlike any other sacred text, Convos with God, make it make sense, please, presents candid, heartfelt conversations that challenge, inspire, and provoke thought. Prophetic downloads reveal God's original intention for humankind, the holy grail to true happiness, the divine blueprint to create heaven on earth, the keys to our soul's evolution and emancipation for humankind. With a raw and unfiltered voice, God addresses the deepest questions and dilemmas of our existence, shedding new light on timeless truths. There is this purpose that God has for us. It's causing for us to pause. It's causing for us to pause. The only path is to follow the divine, not man. Not man. Not a preacher. We got to go back. Yeah. You want to follow the word? God is giving a new word. And you want to follow the word? Yes, do so. But be willing to receive right interpretation from the divine. Divine says, I just need you to connect with me. Let me tell you what God said. God said, I put myself in every last one of you. God poured itself, if you would, in every last one of you. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. Before I was conscious, before I knew about him, but I love the scientific study and proof that has been distributed through his work. And he talks about the pineal gland. He talks about that, and he's really enlightening us of so many great things so that we can have wisdom. But the divine is in all of us. Divine said, what did you need to come here to try to discover a spirit? So what kind of religion or whatever you're going to go through? For what? You have the ultimate already there. I just need you to connect with me, which is why it's important that you meditate day in and day out. In the morning and the evening, like connect, charge your cell phone, charge yourself up. If you connect with the divine, you will just fall into line. If you connect. So everybody, before you run to a church and a mosque and this and that, it is what it is. In Convos with God, make it make sense, please. The divine had a letter that he wrote to the church leaders. It's entitled, Let My People Go. The emancipation for mankind is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. The shift is you're going to see a difference between those who are following the divine and those who are choosing to still stay on this three-dimensional realm. Because what is going to be is the transformation in the earth so that the divine's vision is brought to fruition. And that's love. It's not fear. Isn't that wonderful? Hell, most of you probably went to the religion or this or that because you were scared to go to hell. Scared to death. Hell, I wouldn't want to go to hell either. I watched the Burning Hell movie when I was, 11 years old. Scared the hell out of me. I asked God then, if you know the beginning and the end, what kind of God would create anyone with the destiny of hell as it's been described? Put some respect on the residents of California's name. Just like a lot of the preachers, people, don't be mad at your preacher. Not everybody was trying to get on a Ponzi scheme or something like that. People were doing what they were taught to do. The divine is just making a big, major announcement and saying, it's my way. Man's way no longer will rule. You know why? Because it's enough of the pioneers, the chosen ones in the earth who are ready. And they're ready for spiritual battle. This is a war that is spiritual. You know what divine said to me? He even talked about Trump. You'd be surprised as to who the divine has put in place and how we've made wrongful judgments along the way. And now the divine is saying, it's time. What? Time to make a change. We are the people who will do it. That's on God. We're doing it. I was shocked too. What you mean what you mean we're creating heaven? Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine someone? Can you imagine having your vision in your hand and somebody come along and snatch that mug and run away with it, lie about it, have people doing all kind of crazy things. Some people don't even like you because of how somebody told them about you. You know what God said to me? God said, do you know how you were gaslit? I said, yes. God said, I was gaslit centuries ago. Listen. So what we have to do? Connect. You'll be surprised at what you'll find out about the divine. It'll blow your mind. I also want you to get the happiness collection. Yes, you can pre-order. I want you to get the happiness collection. You got the Hermit. You got the Common Ground. You can get on ebook right away. You got the Common Ground. You got Convos with God coming out April 1st. Hi, right? You've got The Goal of the Soul, the book and the workbook that has the human evolution equation in it. Now, Amazing. And don't forget, pregnant in the spirit, how to birth a life of true purpose. I need you to, y'all, listen. God makes sense out of doing the work. I know if I heard that one more time, you got to do the work. What's do the work? I didn't know anything about evolution and all this kind of stuff until I was separated in this sacred space. That's why I want everybody who's going through whatever you're going through, as a result, if you were affected in this situation of fire, go within. Go within. The divine wants us to go within. It's going to be okay. You're going to find so much peace. I declare that over you, that there's so much peace that passes all understanding. There's togetherness and community, and beyond your community. A challenge would be your house just burned down, but you're going to help somebody. Not your house just burned down and not a hell with everybody else. Let me get mine together, right? No, we're not doing that. It's time. What? For sure. That's what it is. I know I was a little bit of here, a little bit of there in this video. The bottom line is, I don't want anybody to think that this is some type of punishment. This is a beckoning call for the divine. This is a big announcement. That's what this is. But it's an announcement about our change. It's an announcement about us getting in position so that we can win the game of life that God said, I created it so, and it was intended to have fun. I created the game of life, and it was meant to be fun. Our spiritual leaders, I want to say thank you to every last one of them. I'm going to do another video because I'm going to, where I was directed in how the divine guided me to follow certain people. And I've been watching you and taking note in terms of how you do. And just to be sure, I'm going to direct masses to you. Because you are prepared as leaders in different parts of the earth to help in this spiritual warfare. And we'll talk about all of that later, but because there is a spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. Because we've done a lot. We've created a lot without our knowing. And everything that we created is not all good. So everything that has happened because of us. Not each person individually, specifically, but as a collective, this is what we have done. And so now, it's not like, hey, look, certain things were put into place a long time ago before we ever existed, right? And now we're having to fix it. It is what it is, okay? But we're going to have to put the big drawers on. It's time to put the panties on. Pull them up and let's get ready. Thank you to all of you who have sacrificed your things. But go within. Love you.